Hello, Lithuania. How do you feel today? Great coffee, great snacks? Okay, cool. Just question, fast question. How many tweeps we have here? It's not a swearing, it's people who are using Twitter on a daily basis. Can I see your hands? Oh yeah. Respect, great guys. We're a couple, just couple. Cool. Okay, so I will give you a lot of different insights about the Twitter platform. I know you are not very using it in local way, but if you look outwards, what's happening in States, Japan, in European countries like Germany, UK, there are a lot of potential and a big reach what you can achieve through the Twitter as a platform. So I will start with the basics. It's not such basic, but it's me, Artūrs from HTTP Pool. So I'm leading the so-called mobile performance unit team. We're around 35 people around the globe who is working with the top-notch clients in terms of how to drive the performance through the Twitter as a channel. So here's the basics.
I don't know what to do. I don't understand this. Where is it?
Second floor, guy's a mess.
This doesn't make any sense.
Need a bullhorn?
Brought my own.
Kevin, I'm here to help. Don't worry, it's just Twitter.
But how do I even get started?
Just press the button and pick a name. Come on, Kevin, let's go Twitter.
My name's not Kevin. It's Kenny. Kenny G.
Hold on, your name is Kenny G.
Oh, the name's already taken.
Yeah, I'm less surprised than you are.
I should just quit.
How about Notorious Kenny G?
It's available. I do like that. Now wants to know my interests. Entertainment, comic books, movies.
Look, there's so many people to follow. There's a lady over here that likes geodes.
Who doesn't love geodes?
Many people.
I like geodes.
Kenny, keep following.
Lonzo Ball?
Thanks for the follow.
No!
Sorry about that.
Problem.
Nice colors though.
Come on, Kenny, you wanted to come out here and follow everyone.
You can do it.
Just follow all.
I'm gonna follow every one of you. This is awesome.
Let's get started, guys. I hope you already registered them. Okay, so we have different platforms out here, and we have different mindsets of the people who are using them, and the platform itself has different features, opportunities, what we can use. So there are plenty of look-at-me platforms with a nice black sea where a lot of selfies are present. But at Twitter, we are looking outwards. We are saying, look at this. About any topic, what's happening out there in the globe, we are saying, look at this. And that's the main content, what people do provide on the Twitter as a platform. So Twitter is what's happening in the world and what people are talking about. It's all about people. So here I check about the differences of the people mindset. And Twitter is the only one platform at current stage with the audience who is looking outwards to the public life, outer circle, in the discovery mindset, and they're seeking for information. Many people are using Twitter as a Google, let's say, they're searching for some different stuff what they're interested in. And it's really easy and comfortably how to follow the topics you are really interested in. So people come to Twitter in a discovery mindset. They are in a constant search of new information to know about. Also, it's first and premium. The most up-to-date information into comparison to other social networks, and it's strongly associated with expert points of view. So audience is very influential in this manner. As also the income of the Twitter audience is much more likely higher into comparison to the other peoples who are not using Twitter. and the educational level. So 37% of Twitter users having bachelor, master's, or doctorate degrees if we compare to online population. So those guys are smart, and they know how to earn money and how to spend it. You can find any type of audience inside. Are they related to gaming, which is great big industry and very fast-pacing and interesting one? Is it about the music, new label, new hit? First place where you find it, in Twitter. Fashion, of course, new sneakers drop, or I don't know, skirts, whatever, new brand. It all can be found, and you can be connected to the audience who is interested in those topics, and finance as well. And those people really do share their views. They are not afraid to speak loud outwards. A lot of CEOs also are on the Twitter as they are their company ambassadors, and users of Twitter do follow those guys because they are really interested in the product and who is standing behind the product. So they are looking and following those guys a lot. There are like CEOs from Pepsi, Unilever, Chobani, Coca-Cola, Kraft Heinz, Nestle, and many others companies. So those guys sharing a lot of insights about the company's information and so on. And 9 of 10 daily Twitter users influence purchases of their friends, followers, and family, versus 7 out of 10 of all internet users. So they really share all those things, like bought new phone, or I don't know, like unlocked some next level in the game. Yeah, so they're always sharing what's happening with them and around them. So that was the mindset about the Twitter audience itself. Now let's take a look at the potential reach. There are 330 million monthly active users out there. And we see on average like 12% growth year on the year, and in Q2 19 it was like plus 14% in terms of the new daily active users. So platform audience is growing. And there are around 500 million tweets per day about fashion, games, whatever. Here are top countries sorted like from the most of the reach audience size. So US, Japan, UK takes top 3 countries in terms of the audience size. So meaning if you would like to go abroad, outside, you have your business outside, so those are the most biggest countries where Twitter is present. If we take a look into Baltics, a couple of numbers. Overall, Baltics were approximately 400k monthly active users. We also see growth, and in Lithuania for previous quarter was a pretty drastic growth. I don't know what's happened, need to check it afterwards. And mobile usage. It's not only in Baltics, it's globally. There is a lot, around 85 and 80% of mobile usage of Twitter as a platform. As it's mobile first, it's on the go through the mobile application. Still some markets, users do use it through the desktop. Here's a couple of the numbers from Twitter in Lithuania. 150k monthly active users, 70% male, 30% female. Like, why? And 48% of Lithuanian Twitter users engage on Twitter on the daily basis of those monthly active users. So it's still pretty good number, I would say. But the power is out there. And yeah, that's what's happened, like quarter change in monthly active users plus 43%. This is the last numbers. Some kind of buzz happened out there. I don't know, maybe some Donald Trump tweeted something and everybody started to follow him and went into the platform itself. So there was one spike in a previous quarter in Lithuania. You also have a lot of interesting people who have accounts registered in Lithuania and have pretty impressive numbers of followers, like Simona. She's a film and TV actress. I know, do you know her? Everybody knows, most probably. Yeah? Next one, what I found is Zivila Fit account. She's a fitness model, bodybuilder, and WrestleMania diva with 270k plus followers. Also, account from Lithuania. Anatoly Shary. So he's a Ukrainian journalist, yeah, and blogger, and he's now is a political refugee in Lithuania. I do not know exactly what have changed for the last period of time, but his account is also registered in Lithuania, so he changed it most probably. And former president, 260k plus followers, which is a great number. Okay, just to understand how many followers people can get out there. For Barack Obama, 110 million followers. So as you can see here, from the entertainment industry, singers, presidents, ex-presidents, football player, Cristiano Ronaldo, 81 million followers. Even YouTube is posting on Twitter, which is great. Okay, so now let's speak about how to tweet at Twitter, how to craft your content to make it more eye-catchy, clickbaity, and relevant to the audience. So let's get back to 2017, when Twitter was limited symbols amount to 148 symbols, if I'm not mistaken, and everybody was asking, give us more place to express our minds, to craft longer texts. So it happened. A lot of people disregarded it, I will never tweet or retweet those long tweets, but time passed and people started to say, okay, we will get used to this. As it really became very interesting. First of all, more courteous, meaning people started to use words like please and thank you. But still, they craft pretty short and brief and precise. So 33 on average characters are being used on average for the last year. We'll see what will happen this year. But it also gave the opportunity for brands to be more creative, to use emojis, express themselves, and it's becoming more interesting to scroll through the timeline and see what people can think of about. All right. So best practices for tweet copies. How to be more effective with them. Copy across all formats on Twitter. As Twitter is not only the standard tweets, I will show you later on what different features Twitter can offer you. So textual relevance, it's the main and first attention of and the eye contact of Twitter users when they scroll through the timeline. So here's a comparison, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. As you can see, both text on top of the image and image itself have a majority of the eye contact if we compare to other platforms. So that means that text should be relevant, it should be interesting to read about, it should contain all the needed information. And the next eye contact with the media itself should really give some boost and make it more feeling. So active statement, the first one, what do you want them to do? You adding link or hashtags at the end, and afterwards, how do you want them to feel, image or video? So keep it brief. With 280 characters, it's possible. It's still most effective for brands to keep it short. So tweets with 50, 100 characters have a bigger engagement rate, I would say, and brand awareness. Focus your message, informative, sharing brand benefits or products, keep it as focused as possible. And connect copy with the content. So should be mentioned in the tweet copy and should be a clear connection between the video and copy itself. So it's becoming more clear and you can stick it all together. And include 1, maximum 2 hashtags around your message. So tweet with the hashtags has a higher favorability and message association. Also, people can see all message tweets around the hashtag as it's being used as an aggregator. Alright, tweet-read products. So, besides the tweet itself, what else we can use here? First of all, promoted account. You have your promoted handle account, you need to have followers there. So it's possible to run ads, promoted ads, with a straight call to action button to get the followers of yours. So meaning here should be a really straightforward message, what's you up to, what's your brand about, and product itself, just to really understand for users and immediately start following you. Promoted tweets. Videos. Videos are trending everywhere, like for sure. And no matter are they like 1 second, 6 seconds, or like half an hour, whatever, are they ugly or really professional ones, videos is still getting big trends, and you can get the attention of users much easier and faster. So as the video consumption is growing, we can see the decline in prices for cost per views and cost per miles. Video website cards, so it's not only video but also additional call to action after click. You're being redirected to the homepage, and what's great in Twitter that today solution is that you still consume the video itself on top while all the page is loaded beneath it. Alright, here's a short video of what's possible and how brands are using videos in their ads. Moving on, outposts. You can ask whatever you wish your audience, and after the answer, they will you will be able to re-engage with those users who made their choice. So it's at the end we will have one interesting case study from Heinz. Conversational cards, also pretty interesting product which has a so-called snowball effect. So we can give to audience some hints and different options to choose from after our given question, let's say, and when they choose one, it have a predefined text, it have a predefined links, video or image, and afterwards they are retweeting it in their timeline. So all their followers are seeing what they have chosen on and doing their choice afterwards. Or instant unlock card. So we can hide some very interesting content behind the layer, meaning user need to retweet it again or like it to get inside and check. I don't know, it can be coupon code, discount code, or it can be linked to some hidden place in your website or mobile application, whatever. So this one drives also great engagement rate, retweets amount, and afterwards needed action. And straightforward app installs and app engagements, as you heard, like 80+% of Twitter users are using it from mobile application. So for sure, it's very convenient to promote mobile apps. So they're not leaving the experience of the apps usage. Account whitelisting. The idea is next that if you have a brand ambassador or influencer, you can promote their tweets about yourself. So we're just whitelisting their accounts, their tweets, and you have a full control over them, how to boost them to the masses and reach more people. And then promotion. So as Twitter is very fast pacing and users react on different moments immediately, it's really great to be connected to them. And here's an example. When we have everyday moments, like those ups and downs, not so big spikes, but when we have an event moment, let's say World Cup, the usage of platform increases immediately, the time spent, and so on. So 86% of all World Cup mentions in social media networks were on Twitter, outpacing all other ones. There was a lot of discussion about this topic. And you can jump into conversation to those events with different type of a product, message, to be relevant. There are also some premium products like First View, where we can take over in the given country for 24 hours the timeline of daily active users, meaning first or second placement of the timeline will be your ad. It's also available in Baltics now. Or promoted trend, most probably you don't know, in Twitter we have a separate section about what's happening around you based on your geo position. And there are many of the trending topics. It's also possible to be part of that list and to be whitelisted and be in the first rows. So that's why it's also crucial to use those hashtags. Branded emojis. Here's an example from Sprite with additional the way how to get your brand out there and have a more inspiring type of content inside. So with each one Sprite hashtag, they have a special emoji with a Sprite bottle. In-stream video ads. This is something new what Twitter was working for last year or two. The idea is pretty simple. They collaborate with thousands of different content makers, publishers, and it's possible to have your own pre-roll before their content. Like here example from Sky Sports, Football, Apple pre-roll ad. And there are hundreds and hundreds of them around the globe, with whom it's possible to start cooperation and craft some interesting content related to your brand. Additionally, Twitter has access to the audience platform, it's so-called Mobile Publishers Network, where we have access to additional 1 billion plus devices globally. Not all of them are inside the Twitter, meaning we can expand our reach and audience size and reach those users elsewhere. We have some best cases, 5 minutes, and I'm off. Heinz, Mayo job.
I don't know if you know about this, but Heinz, the Heinz company announced yesterday They have a new condiment, supposedly by popular demand. And that condiment, can we get a drum roll? Okay.
This week, Heinz announced that they're coming out with a new product that combines ketchup and mayonnaise. It's called Mayo Chup.
Heinz tweeted this, a survey saying want mayo chip in stores, 500,000 votes for yes, and we'll release it to you saucy Americans. Right now it's pretty split, 55% say yes.
Yes, Mayo Chup. A single word that truly captures what our nation is all about.
Mayo Chup.
Mayo Chup.
Mayo Chup. Mayonnaise.
Mayo.
And mayonnaise.
Mayo, mayonnaise,
Mayonnaise, mayonnaise, mayonnaise.
Now we have to decide what to use it on or with. Well, this is all too much.
Yeah, so that's not a surprise why Heinz chosen Twitter as a one and only platform to launch such a product, because like it started to hype, everybody picked it up, and the product was really interesting, and people were waiting for something like that. All right. So yeah, it was the biggest one campaign in terms of the polls answers, almost 1 million answers. As we have a couple of more minutes, I will share one more case with you where 3 pillars have been used, like tease, reveal, and sustain. This was done for Samsung S9 reveal. So through the tweet reminder, it was possible to be opted in and to be reminded about the live event of the Samsung NPAC. So at the day of the event, notification from Twitter appears and you are redirected immediately into the Twitter app itself, to the live event, where you can follow it, comment, and so on. And what's great for sustained phase, it's possible to get all those users who've been engaging with our tweets previously and with live event to re-engage with them with a straight call to action campaigns to drive to the internal eShop. Okay, I think we will pass this one as the time is running out a bit, okay. This one is also interesting, from Disney. You know that guy, yeah? All right, so there are 69% of Twitter users who own pets. 78% of Twitter pet owners post about their pets. So why not to connect to this topic? And the idea came up. So let's connect to animal lovers on Twitter in a way that's authentic, human, and just the right amount of cute. Disney and we rate dogs. So calling all dogs with magic ears. And it was connected to Dumbo. So the idea was to retweet, to engage with the tweet and share their dogs and their ears pictures. And Francisco won the contest and our hearts. So it's one more way how you can engage with audience, doing some different contests, and they really like to jump into and to be part as well with your brand and your content. Okay, so 3 stages to the success road for tease, reveal, and sustain, where different types of products can be mixed and used with a correct targeting, with a correct messaging, and you will be successful in Twitter out there as well. And all can be mixed up with the different targeting types, for sure, with like a bit more technological stuff, but still you can use a lot of signals of the audience, what they are tweeting about, what are their interests are, where are they positioned, gender, age, whatever. It all can be mixed up and used for your campaigns to get a precise audience out there. All right. I also welcome you to our educational program. Just go to the education.ashitspool.com. We have a lot of different materials there about different products, not only Twitter itself. I'm not sure about Facebook. Have we done something there or not yet? I think not. Thank you.